Yeah, I'm so confused. Like, why are people talking about him all over again?
Girl, it's no shock, but some might be that his physician has come out and has disclosed that R. Kelly has knowingly had herpes, genital herpes, since 2007. And he has since then infected numerous women with herpes. And that's just, I mean,
Who
how
came out
more
with this? A doctor?
his doctor. His doctor he had been going to for, several years
Uh-huh.
since the beginning of time of at least 2007, um came out and said that he, yes, has herpes. He's got genital herpes, to be specific, and he has and so women have come out and said that they have now contracted herpes, and he never told him that.
What?
So there are now new lawsuits going on in addition to the ones he's already going to be battling. So just take me to the king
First
at
of
this
all,
point.
I didn't know your doctor can disclose your records like that.
I think
But
that it's, I
crazy.
think that it, well, I think that it would only make sense to me if you are putting other people's health at risk and you didn't disclose, you didn't do your due diligence on your part to let these people know, to give them the choice. So now we've got to bring in reinforcements to verify that, yes, in fact, that, because he probably is like, no, I don't have herpes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this bitch probably came to him and was like, dude, I've got herpes. And he's like, okay, you didn't get it from me. And, now there's a lawsuit, and now they have to verify that, okay, does he have
Oh, so
herpes?
there is a lawsuit. There is a
There's a
lawsuit.
lawsuit. Yeah, women have come out and said that this man gave me herpes, and he was denying it. He was denying that he doesn't have it.
Wow. So are these rape victims or this is consensual sex?
Kelly, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I'm so confused because I'm like, hasn't he been in jail for like 2 years now? I'm like, why is this just now coming out? Did they fuck him in jail? I'm just trying to make sense of it all.
no,
I'm
I
just like,
think that these are I don't know the specifics, but these are not new cases per se, like of new victims. These are people that he's had previous relations with years past, way
and it's
before he
just
was.
now coming out.
And it's
That's
just,
crazy.
when people get locked up, public figures get locked up for a totally unrelated thing, and then now it's like more and more people are going to come out in response to other stuff, so
Yeah, it's been so long though. I'm just like, this is crazy. This is wild. That's wild.
mhm.
So is he gonna get
So,
more time added on his sentence, or like how does that work?
girl, probably. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be enough to really make a difference. I mean, if he gets 50 years and he's
Yeah.
found guilty on these herpes charges for an additional 4 years, you know, you know what I
Let me
mean?
just
Like,
look up, like, has he been sentenced? Because, girl, I done checked out. I don't know what is
he
going
has
on with
not been
him.
sentenced. He has not been sentenced yet.
Um,
He's still fighting a lot of these charges too, as
I saw
well.
something else come out where they were like, what did I just read? I think you posted it too. And it was like R. Kelly's bodyguard or something. Somebody being sued because they knew about Aaliyah being pregnant at 15 by R. Kelly. Something like that. Somebody associated
Probably.
with Aaliyah or associated with R. Kelly is now being like forced to either testify or something in regards to her being pregnant when she was underage and getting an abortion.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that. Let me see.
None of this shocks me because I'm just, it's just this has been news for years. It's just
Yeah,
now
rumors
that
forever.
we
Yeah,
are, everybody knew the girl was underage significantly. Everybody knew he was fucking her. Everybody
it was
knew they
rumors for
got
years.
married.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what
Even
I'm saying.
before it
But I'm
came
saying
out,
in his,
everyone
exactly.
had the rumors. Yeah.
So it's kind of
Okay, so
like,
the insider reports that R. Kelly's former tour manager was forced to testify and he had to describe I guess what happened between Aaliyah when she was pregnant and, you know, the whole abortion thing. Because I think they took her to get an abortion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Oh,
That,
and she had a fake ID. They had to give her a fake ID for her to get married to him. Because she got married with him too. I think it was annulled. So,
wow.
oh, and he said
Wow.
he was uncomfortable because this trial was technically for R. Kelly. But this is what Smith tells the insider. This is the bodyguard or whatever, the manager. He says that he didn't want to sit there and talk about Aaliyah. He was uncomfortable talking about Aaliyah like repeatedly. And he says, I feel like I'm on trial for Aaliyah. Shit. So he's like, he's mad that they keep bringing up this Aaliyah situation when Aaliyah is already deceased. Like there are no charges in regards to Aaliyah, but he's just pissed off that they're making him rehash this. But technically, he should be grateful that they're not charging him, because every adult that sat up there and allowed this to happen, there's a little bit of liability on y'all. Like as an
Yeah.
adult, I can't sit up here and watch an adult have sex with a kid and then be like, oh, I didn't see anything, or oh, that's not my business. Like once you
Right.
see it, you're liable for it too.
Right.
Period. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting. I am curious to know just how much time he's going to get. Um, you know, it it's just such a sad,
Super
it's
sad.
sad on all sides though, for me specifically, because I was a huge R. Kelly fan. I loved his music. I loved his genius. I loved his creativity. I loved the things that came out of, those eras where he had contributed to what we now is our culture. And on the other side of that, the amount of young women and apparently men too, that there's been cases that he's, had some
Yeah,
assault
where did this
going on
come
with.
from?
I
Where
don't
the
know.
men come from?
I did not even. Listen. It was at that point. It was way too much for me to even then read about it. I just saw the headline and it was like, oh God. So on the other side of the coin, it's all of these young individuals who are now adults, but then were underage, that were subject to a lot of things, regardless if they were willing to do it based on his celebrity or based on them feeling like they may have an opportunity to work with him. It still is a horrible, horrible thing. And we don't know what type of long-term effects, this has caused these individuals even now. And unfortunately, even dating back to R. Kelly. And what we know is that a lot of times when these situations happen, people have dealt with things of similar situations in their past, and it just cycles. It's almost one of those things that I've always kind of questioned, like abuse, kids that are subject to seeing their parents or adults be abused, and then as they get older, they now are an abuser. And I'm always wondering, I wonder psychologically why that happens, especially because if I see my mom getting her ass beat, I'm like, oh my God, I never want to be that person because I saw my mom go through so much pain, right? Innately,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, oh my God, I could never hit somebody because I saw my dad beat, or I saw my mom beat my dad's ass, or, but a lot of times these kids grow up to be the abuser, to be the very thing that they saw that pained them to watch. So I always just psychologically wonder. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know anything about the psyche, but there is something to be said about that. Same thing with like alcohol abuse, or just all kinds of things. It shows up later in other ways. From past